Hey guys, welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. In this video, we're gonna react to one of Rory's videos that created some controversy on social media. The goal for this video is not about defending Rory or criticizing him. I am trying to make people think outside the box. So, if you don't mind, please watch this video until the end because there is an introduction, a development, which is the body of this discussion, and then the conclusion. So don't just jump and start commenting and talking because you might miss out on the point I'm trying to make. We're gonna watch the video together and then I'm gonna give my opinion. We all know that Mr. Jennings is one of the most controversial guy in the world of football and in the Chelsea community in particular. Let me give you an example. When he talked about Roman Abramovich needed to leave when he sacked Frank Lampard. Thomas Tuchel need to go, and then he changed and said Thomas Tuchel is a genius and I'm sorry. And after that, he went back again and say, get him out. He's not good for Chelsea. And then Graham Potter, he promoted him as, the biggest manager in the history of Chelsea Football Club. And then he flop again and say he need to go. He's not good enough and all that. You can go on and on and on about some of the texts that people think bad texts. This is what people are saying, is not coming from me. When he said that Erling Haaland is going to score only 15 goals. And now, what is trending on social media is about Mykhailo Mudryk flop. So, did he really say that? That is what we're going to listen together and analyze, so stay tuned. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment down below. And if you like this kind of reaction video, let me know in the comments section down below so I can continue doing this kind of videos. All right, my people. So first of all, this is the title of the video. The biggest flop in the Premier League history. There is a question mark. Did you see that? Question mark, just opening the debate. That is a question. And if you watch the video, this is where you can understand what he's trying to say. There is so much character YouTube is going to give you in the title. And the title sometimes mislead people. It's not necessarily a clickbait, but you don't have enough space to put everything. You want people to watch inside and understand. So I think that question mark, it doesn't mean it's a clickbait. It doesn't mean anything. This is as clear title as you can get anywhere. Very clear. It's a question. The biggest flop in the Premier League history. That is a question, my friend. Let's watch a little bit and interpret what he's trying to say.
Mykhailo Mudryk, tell me, talk to me, educate me. I really do not know where I sit on this one. I hope you're all doing well, but I thought what we could do today is have a bit of a conversation about Mykhailo Mudryk. Right, let's be totally frank. Up until now, it hasn't worked, but we also must be patient. We aren't writing anyone off here. We know that this is a long game. We know that what Chelsea have done with this signing is sign a project. We know that Chelsea have signed somebody for the future, somebody who they believe is capable of winning a Ballon d'Or. And therefore...
Okay, people, so if you watch this from the get-go, the guy is telling you that we have to be patient. We understand that it hasn't worked out for him, but we have to be patient. So, if those people who are attacking, insulting, punching him on social media watched at least 15 seconds they were going to understand that the guy is not putting Mykhailo Mudryk down. People been saying that he's the biggest flop. Arsenal fans, other fans from other teams, they are jealous. They didn't like the fact that Chelsea hijacked him from Arsenal. And they are talking about him being the biggest flop. So him here saying that we have to be patient.
What we're doing now is only dealing with what we've seen so far. So we aren't writing the player off. We will judge this player properly in, I would say, a year from now. In a year from now, I think that we can say definitively who Mykhailo Mudryk is. For now, I do believe that the jury is out, but I would love your opinions on what you have seen so far. Tell you what, when he burst onto the pitch at Anfield, I thought that it could change our season. He felt like the jewel in the crown that we were desperate for. It felt Eden Hazard-like. I thought this is the player that is going to propel Chelsea into Champions League qualification. And he basically hasn't done anything right since. That game at Anfield feels such a long time ago. And I wonder if that game, that moment that he had there, is the worst thing that could have happened to him, because it.
All right, so what he's trying to say here is Mykhailo Mudryk hasn't done anything. I completely agree with him. But also, how many times he been on the pitch? You can only build momentum when you play week in and week out, and you are allowed to make mistakes. I think in that sense, you have also to give Mykhailo Mudryk the benefit of the doubt, and probably give him a little bit of time and understand that the manager is not trusting him at the moment.
It set the bar so high. It made us believe that we had a player who was going to reinvigorate our entire season, and it certainly hasn't worked out that way. Since then, though, he really hasn't looked good. He has looked totally devoid of ideas. He's looked low on confidence, and I don't really know what he is supposed to be doing, and this is crucial. For Graham Potter, he is never the answer. Now, as you well know, I don't believe that Graham Potter is the oracle, far from it, but crucially, he is the Chelsea manager, and the office of Chelsea manager deserves to be respected. So, Graham Potter.
Yeah, in that point, I understand what people are saying. Like, you saw this guy, Graham Potter, and all of a sudden, you try kind of deny it and say that, I don't believe in him anymore. So in that sense, I understand what people are trying to say, that he's flip-flopping. But that is part of this business of football, because you can believe in somebody today and tomorrow he lets you down and you change your mind. But there is nothing wrong by saying, yeah, I wanted you. Yes, I trusted you, but so far you let me down. You know what I mean? Then try kind of brush off everything like if you never wanted him before.
Who watches Mykhailo Mudryk in training every day of the week, whatever question is posed of Graham Potter, Mykhailo Mudryk is never the answer. That's a concern. Graham Potter, through his own idiocy, has found himself in some terrible situations as Chelsea manager. And whatever those situations are, we've seen a lot of variables here. We've seen Chelsea losing away at Tottenham. Mykhailo Mudryk comes on with 7 minutes to go. What is he supposed to do? So,
correct. What he's supposed to do.
Earlier in that day, Graham Potter decided that Mykhailo Mudryk wasn't the option. Brings him on with 7 minutes to go. Totally different situation, but again, it ended in a comparative disaster. Chelsea are at home to Everton and we're winning. Christian Pulisic has to go off. Christian Pulisic, who was playing very well, goes off. The player that we choose to bring on. Do we bring on Mudryk? Do we go for the jugular of Everton? Do we try and go 2, 3, 4-0 up? Do we give Everton and Sean Dyche and Ian Wone something to worry about? Do we give them something to think about? Or do we ignore Mykhailo Mudryk and bring on Conor Gallagher?
All right. So, yeah, he got a point here why you don't really give him enough playing time and why you're making some, questionable decisions. That is about the manager. But if you look at the game Mykhailo Mudryk played against England and the other game that he played against Brentford, because they played 2 games on this international break, he was below average. So probably, the manager sees that in training, and that's why he's not having enough playing time on the pitch. Listen, people, I'm gonna link the video in the description down below, so you can go and watch the entire video, because if I have to, I have to analyze the entire video, it's gonna be like 2 hours here, but I'm just giving you an idea about what he said. So my conclusion is, even if you don't like somebody, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think this guy being victim of mindset in the Chelsea community. It's just like Mason Mount, right? Everything that you do is already wrong. We already know that you are a flop. You're not gonna improve. So when you go against the popular opinion on social media, people hate you and you are labeled a certain way. So everything that you're going to do, people are going to pick one word, one sentence from your 10-minute video to try to twist it and make it like you are against such and such. If you look at the majority of his videos, he talks a lot of sense, but because many of us don't like him, they have a mindset, because he defends, English players and academy product and Frank Lampard and all that. So the mind is already set that he's bad and every tech from him is a bad tech, but not necessarily that way. You have to give him a chance and probably watch at least 1 minute out of 10 to understand what he's trying to do, instead of jumping to conclusion, instead of like blaming him every single time. So get in the comment section down below and let me know, why do you hate Rory? Why? It's okay also to disagree. It's okay to speak your mind without insulting anybody. So I don't think we have to always copy and paste what is popular on social media. Certain people just need to be themselves.